Welcome, one and all. I'm the dispatcher, and lo and behold, I've got a second episode of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes. But before we get started, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, let's be clear about what a hot take is. According to Lord Google and Oxford Languages, hot take is a piece of commentary typically produced quickly in response to a recent event, whose primary purpose is to attract attention. So the first part is true. This is commentary, and it is produced quickly, and it does relate to current events in wrestling, so that's on point. Designed to attract attention? Sort of. Mostly I hope to be amusing, thought-provoking, stir the pot and spark debate, but in no way am I seeking to glorify myself at the expense of someone else, nor am I attempting to manufacture outrage. I probably take wrestling way too seriously, and that's part of the fun. But no one should take my opinions too seriously. That wouldn't be fun at all. Having said that, these might be the 7 most important and controversial Sunday morning hot takes you'll ever hear in your life. Are you ready? Let's go. Hot take number 1. A couple of weeks ago, I started to worry about Jay's fitness level, thinking he looked sloppy and lethargic. Then he botched that top rope dive, and now they've made it part of the storyline. I think I figured it out, and I think I know the solution. It's that damn entrance. It's like the most over thing in wrestling right now, but it's also holding Jay back. It is way too energy consuming. By the time the bell rings, Jay must feel like he's already wrestled half a match. And keep in mind, as primarily a tag wrestler, he's used to wrestling only half a match. The solution? Only do the Yeet celebration after matches when he wins. Before his match, Jay should be all business and make the audience earn that moment. Like Hogan's pose routine from the Golden Era, the crowd should want Jay to win so bad because only then will they get the Yeet celebration, and it will feel like a proper grand finale. Side note, observe how little wrestlers like Roman, Gunther, Undertaker, Brock expend energy before their matches. You need to save it for when the bell rings. As Kenny Rogers once sang, there will be time enough to yeet when the deal is done. Hot take number 2. I mentioned last week that I thought Liv Morgan would be the ideal Intercontinental Champion, and now I'm passionate about the idea. I really want to see Liv versus Lyra at WrestleMania, but I'm worried instead we'll get a tag match with Bayley and Raquel. In my opinion, Chelsea has been a better champion, but only because of her character work. She's only defended the US title against Michin. The Intercontinental title is already way more prestigious, having been defended against Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and even Zoe Stark on a couple of house shows. Lyra has also had a competitive Elimination Chamber qualifying match with Bayley. Now Lyra has amazing skills and is very charming, but her character is nothing but wins and losses. For that reason, I'd like to see her pass the title to Liv. In my pitch to Lyra, I would tell her that Liv is the Randy Savage of the women's division, and a match with her at WrestleMania is a chance for Lyra to show that she can be the division's Ricky Steamboat. Hot take number 3. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but it is being widely reported that the WWE will be presenting the Evolution All-Ladies PLE again, possibly in July. This is great news, and something I've been hoping would happen for a while. I thought the first one was terrific, and I think they should do one every year. I realize ratings and fan interest might not be as high, but you have to give these things time to grow. One way that would certainly add interest would be incorporating in some way the Queen of the Ring tournament. Since last year, I've thought the King and Queen tournaments should be held separately, otherwise the Queen tourney just gets overshadowed and looks like an afterthought. There's a ton of talent in the women's division, but not enough TV time for everyone. A proper tournament that was a big part of the Evolution build would be a great way to showcase the roster without having to scramble up a bunch of meaningless storylines. Let the men do the King of the Ring separately at Crown Jewel or Survivor Series, and let the spotlight shine on a brand new queen at Evolution. Hot take number 4. And my early leading contender to be the Queen of the Ring, if they have it this year, is Naomi. Now, I've never been a huge Naomi fan. I think she's a great worker, and I respect that she's been around basically as long as Natalya and has given a lot to the WWE. But the Naomi that I liked is from years ago when she used to have the big afro. Seriously though, who knew that she possessed such acting talent? Where has this Naomi been hiding all this time? Her last 2 promos have been brilliant, and suddenly I can't wait to see more of her. Down the road, when she finally decides to hang up the boots, I hope she sticks around in the WWE as an on-screen personality, because the women's division could use a good talker in the role of heel manager. I actually like Sonya Deville, but Naomi would be way better in the same spot. Hot take number 5. Still with the women's division, have the WWE dropped the ball on Alexa Bliss? What is going on here? How does the wrestler with the biggest audience reaction of the Women's Royal Rumble not have a program going into WrestleMania? She was in the Elimination Chamber, and I honestly thought she might win it before it began, but now, nothing, and she's been removed from promotional events before WrestleMania weekend. The reports I trust say that she's not injured, and that she is fine, so what gives? How do you leave that money on the table and let that audience interest evaporate into thin air before the biggest show of the year? In a related quandary, are the Wyatt Six still a thing? So much effort put into conceptual design, but no story, no substance, no rich tapestry to explore. I want to see Alexa Bliss interact with the Wyatt Six, but it needs to be more than costumes and toys. Surely there are creative ideas in motion. So what's the holdup? Hot take number 6. Jacob Fatu is the future. It's early yet, and he's still green, but man, does he have a natural talent that's only going to get better and more refined as he gets older. Fatu is only 32. 7 years younger than Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. 5 years younger than Gunther. If he takes care of himself, he and Solo are going to be running the show someday. And no disrespect to Tiffany Stratton, but Jacob Fatu has the prettiest moonsault in WWE. Yarnamin. I'm sorry. I was told specifically not to do that, and I did it anyways. I might be a bad person. Hot take number 7. Lex Luger is being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, and I, for one, am not celebrating this. And the reason why lies entirely wrapped up in my bias for Miss Elizabeth. I have a big place in my heart for Miss Elizabeth and also Randy Savage. Their destinies were intertwined. They were soulmates of a kind. And the evidence for that is in Pomp and Circumstance, which will always be their song, together or apart. If you can believe in a reality where souls exist, and if you can believe in a reality where there's an afterlife that souls go to, then maybe it's easy to believe that Macho Man and Elizabeth are together again. And maybe it's time to forgive. So I'm okay with Lex Luger going into the Hall of Fame, but not before I pay tribute to Elizabeth Ann Hulett. I understand that Miss Elizabeth is not in the Hall of Fame because of the wishes of her family, and I respect that. But I also hope that someday they change their mind. Miss Elizabeth will always be the First Lady of Wrestling. She died May 1st, 2003. Sorry to finish up on a downer. It was either do it at the end or don't do it at all. It wouldn't have made any sense to do it at the beginning. Kind of like Yeet. Thanks for being here, and with luck, we'll see you again next week. I'm the dispatcher, you're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.